Hello. Well, I've had a few comments and questions and whatnot on the fiberglass saddlebag, so I'm going to just make a little quick part two. This is just a little something I'd do if I were to do it again. Now, because we're laying up in a female mold, the thing I wanted to address was the tough popping. I'll try and re-download the video, whatever, and how hard it was to pull the mold off the part. So I got thinking, if I were to do it again, I'd probably use a different resin. We got this stuff here, the G&D 1550. It's a really high shrink resin, so it would easier to pull it out. But the other thing I was thinking is, if I were to do it again or rebuild my molds, I'd probably do a two-piece lower mold. It's already a two-piece mold for the top section. This is one I started for a friend here, and his bike took a crap, so it's been shelved for a year. But yeah, there's a set of bottoms. So I'll try and find the video footage from the first one, just throw it here somewhere, of how tough it was popping, and the flange that I put on the plug to build the mold for this lower half here. What I do for the next one, so what I do is take some cardboard, I guess, do something like that, piece across there, get the pattern. So basically you'd have flange this way, and make that out of wood, doesn't really matter what, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, just anything really. So while you have the lower flange prepped, ready to go, I put that one across, and just maybe put some tape, hot glue some wood blocks there just to hold it. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered, just as long as it's somewhere on there and fairly tight, whether you pack the wax in there or whatever. And then put your gel coat on it. Say this surface, your wood flange, after you've gelled it, that's a pretty sharp corner. Fiberglass don't lay in there worth of crap. It'll keep lifting and you'll get an air pocket. So after you have your gel, put 1-2 layers like that and like that, and make sure you get that corner filled in, and then you could just put a bead of fill, or even if you got a bit of air or whatever, it doesn't matter. After that, you have something there to hold the gel so it's not going to blow apart. So after you got that and the wood on there and everything prepped, lay this section up out your flange, and then leave it there. What you do is pop that wood off, so then you'd have a fiberglass flange there. Prep it all, wax the bejesus out of it, do the same thing to this half, lay up, gel it, lay up over it. Then while you have the two flanges there, you'd drill them so they bolt back together. Maybe have one higher than the other or something. Trim after you lay this one up onto the wood, trim it flat, run a bit of tape up on the edge or whatever, so when you come up past it, you can drive a wedge in there, split them, and then when you go to lay up in it, you just bolt the two halves back together on that flange, and you may have just a tiny seam there you'd have to sand out and buff, which isn't that big a deal. It's a lot less work than what I had to do to pull this thing out of the mold. So that's what I do if I were to do it again. And also I pay a lot more attention to my corners, because they kind of, that's not too pretty there, like that one. I'm hoping it shows up on the camera. Like, that's not too bad, but like that, that's not the nicest there. I think I rushed a little with my plug and my sanding, but it's also the bottom, so You don't really see it. It just gets beat anyway. They're not really built to be pretty. They're built to be functional. Like, I've dropped those on concrete, bounced them off, not this set, but my black set on my bike. Bounced them off rocks, stumps, trees, just about everything. They've taken a good beating. Yeah, it's 5:30 in the morning, so I'm just waking up. But hopefully that helps anyone that's wanting to build these. That would be, what, the third one if I were to do it again. I'm happy with these. I get to leave it. But if I were to do it all over right from the get-go, that's probably what I do. Is, yeah, do a split flange on it. It's just a lot easier than trying to pull that mold off, bolting it to the floor and whatnot. The guy had it lifted a little ways, and I had it screwed to my floor over here, and I had it fastened to this big I-beam up here, and it was lifting this wood floor up off the steel. So there's with this design, there's zero draft. Like, there's no slope for it to pop off, because I can't really have a draft on it how I designed it for the lid to fit the base perfectly. So yeah, just a thought. I saw a bit of a couple comments and whatnot on it, and it seems to be getting viewed, so I figured I'd just make this part 2 just to help anyone out that wants to do that. And yeah, if you have any questions, comments, whatever about the saddlebags, ask away. I'll answer them best I can. But yeah, peace.